Hey subscribers and watchers, what's up? This is me, Vivs from slidenerd here. In this video, we're gonna talk about object references with the help of a simple example. In my previous video, we talked about what are primitive types, what are object references, what is the difference between them. Here, let me show you a simple example that clearly shows what is the difference between primitive versus object references. By the way, if you guys haven't seen the previous video, I have included a link to that video in the description text below, so please go there and check it out. Here in NetBeans, I have nothing great, just a class Viv's main and my public static void main which is empty right now. See below, there's a class test which has a single instance variable or a single variable which says hi over here, and there's a method change which simply changes the message to buy from hi. So let's first experiment with primitive types and see what happens. I'm gonna say int x equals to 13 and y, which is gonna be made right below this. I'm gonna say int y equals to x. So at this point, x contains 13 separately and y contains the value of x, but it is separate. Alright, so let's print this out. So I've set x and y before doing any changes. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the value of y by saying y equals to 10. So our question is, since y equals to x, does the value of x change as well? So let's just print the new values of x and y down here by saying x and y, and I'll say after over here this time. So let me run this by saying Control S Shift F6, and as you guys notice, 13 before, when x is 13, y equals x, y also becomes 13, but after changing, only the value of y becomes 10 and x and y is printed. Now let's do something else. Let's try to change the value of x to 10 and see what happens. Control S Shift X6, again the same thing that you guys see over here, 13 before and 10 13 afterwards, which means x and y are primitive types. They are independent of each other and they don't depend on what kind of value is changing. Now let us take the same example with test over here. So I'm going to remove all these statements that I just wrote, or in fact just keep them as it is. I'm going to say test a equals to new test. It's the same thing that I'm going to do over here. This time I'm going to say it's test b equals to a. Alright, that's just like saying y equals to x. This time let's print both of them by saying system.out.println. So at this point I have said printed a.message and b.message. So let's run this again by saying Shift F6. Let's see what happens. As you guys notice, a.message is high and b.message is also high. So now I'm gonna do what we did earlier. Here I'm gonna go and change the value of one of them. It can be any one. Let's try and see if we can change the value of a first. I'm gonna say a dot change. Let's see what happens. Let's just print both of them right here below the a dot change. I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna say after over here, so that we guys clearly know what was called before and what was called after. Again, let's run this, and as you guys notice, it was high before, but by for both of them after. But here if you see the variables, it's 10 and 13, right? They are not both 10, but here they are both by. So what is happening? Well, since we called a dot change and b is equal to a, b is pointing to the same address where a is pointing, hence you change the contents at the address, b is also gonna change the contents automatically, and hence when you call change on one, the other one also changes. Now let's see if something happens when you call b dot change. I'm gonna say b dot change here, and again I'm gonna say Shift F6. Again the same thing happens, high before and by afterwards, which means this time it was b who was pointing to someone and we called change on it. A was also pointing to the same place, and that made both of them change. This is the difference between primitive data types and object references. So hopefully you guys have understood something about how these things are different. If you guys like what you saw, please like this video, share this video, subscribe to our channel, and let us know your thoughts in the comment boxes below. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.